been dominated by technological development. Various aspects of life are affected by technological development, including education. Does advanced technology affect the quality of Indonesia education?
Data from the Central Statistic Agency 2023 note that children aged 0 until 18 years dominate the online game market with a percentage of 46.2%. This is proof that technological advances have an impact on children.
A child who is familiar with and addicted to online game can experience a decline in interest in learning. But on the other hand, technology plays a role in the advancement of education. So, will technology improve education?
Or is it imaging? Today we're going to talk about this topic with Arfa and Zalfa, who are experts in the field of educational technology. Please welcome Arfa and Zalfa.
Hello guys!
Okay, since our research person is here, please introduce yourself first.
Hello everyone, my name is Arfa and I am a developer of education-based games in Indonesia.
Hello everyone, my name is Zalfa and I'm a lecturer and expert observer of education.
Well, let's get straight to the point. As we know that the world has now moved along with technological development. Of course, various aspects are also affected by this. Approximately, how much do you think the development of technology affect the field you are working on?
In the field of educational games, of course it is very influential. This can be proven by the many of technology-based educational games today. Especially in this era of convenience, all educational problems can be solved very practically through AI technology. So, gadgets can have a very positive impact if it used wisely.
For me personally, who is involved in the field of education, I think that the development of technology is very influential, especially in the field of education. With the technological advances provided, access to learning becomes easier and wider. Students and teachers can learn anytime without knowing the place and time. In addition, scientific articles and research can be accessed with technological developments.
Well, so this technology play a big role in the field of education, right? But if you think about it, this technological advancement is used by students in negative direction, right? For example, during exam, they use AI to find reference answer. Things like that are certainly very contrary and the prevailing norms.
That's right. There are many such cases in school. Nowadays, not only the technology sophisticated, but the students are more sophisticated. They have 1,000 ways or even more to avoid being caught by educators or lecturers.
Have this ever been cases when students dare to hack into the server system to get answer?
Wow, there are so many of them. On the other hand, they are also very smart, so they can understand such a system. It's just bad why it's not utilized for the better things, that's all.
That's right. It's a shame that the development of technology is used for negative things. To be honest, I'm very interested in the concept of educational games because it's very innovative, combining gaming and education at the same time. But when it comes to entertainment and education, how do you balance the two so that technology doesn't just become a tool for play, but also useful for learning?
So the mindset is indeed the main key. In my opinion, one way is to educate the public that entertainment, especially entertainment-based technology, can be an effective learning medium. Parents, for example, can also be made more aware that games are not just bad. Not all games are bad. Games also can be a very useful learning tools.
For me, I wrote the same. The important thing is that user can be wise in using that gadget. Actually, in education, there are many benefits. Unfortunately, users are more tempted by entertainment such as online games, video application, and so on. Especially if children who are still in elementary school are already holding cell phones without parental supervision.
That's really bad. The role of parents is very large in supervising children. in gadgets now, there is a parental supervision feature, and even some application also already implementing that feature in their application. For example, the 𝐓𝐀𝐋𝐊𝐀𝐋𝐊𝐈𝐕𝐄.
But how come parents these days are so ignorant? It's like the Javanese saying kebon suku del.
What does that mean, bro?
Wong tua njaluk warai wong enom, meaning that old people ask to be taught by young people.
This is very much in line with the current situation. The fear is that today's young people will lie to their parents because they are relatively unfamiliar with technology. So instead of utilizing technology to learn well, they use it for negative things.
Well, if a man know what is the concept of educational game, I'm sure viewers really want to know how educational games are from the age of development.
So for educational games, it is an entertainment-based games. Basically, it is an entertainment medium, but we combine it with educational element in it. Education can cover a variety of things. It can be education about nature, our social life, and then community life, or even some branches of science. And then incidentally, the game that my team developing right now is a game about the culture of this country.
So in the game, you added information about culture in Indonesia, right?
That's right. So our game has the concept of RPG or role-play game and open world game. The world in the game is basically we base it on the culture of Indonesia. So besides that, also there are some quizzes that must be completed to continue the mission.
Wow, so you still have to know a lot about Indonesia culture.
That's right. Besides that, in the game, there are also sources of information in the form of books or scrolls of paper, so that the information it still can be accessed by the players.
Wow, what an interesting game. And I think after this shooting, I will play the game. Behind all the struggles you do, of course, it's not that easy and smooth. So, what are the challenges that hinder you in developing educational design and also the learning process in today's modern era?
The challenges I face are usually in the form of many teachers who are not accustomed to using digital device learning. So a teacher is considered less developed and innovative in the learning process. In addition, the digital divide and limited infrastructure in some areas affect student access to technology-based learning. Other challenges can also be due to student motivation that is often interrupted by digital distraction, which is social media, so that the learning that takes place is not maximized.
Finally, the challenge I face as a game developer is related to the relationship between the parents and the children. Often, parents assume that children play games because they don't want to learn, even though the game that my team developing right now is an educational game. Because of this assumption, my mission to implementing or combining games and education is difficult to implement it. In addition, sometimes some players still feel lazy to just read the information that I already provide in the game. So it feels like there is no change in the education.
Apparently, although your innovation in this technological era are amazing, the challenges and conditions you face are no less challenging. From the many conversations we've had, we can take away the message that technological development actually have a very significant impact on our life.
There are times when technology makes us complacent in our goals. However, it all depends on how wisely we manage the technology. So, be a young person who dares to innovate and is wise in managing technology. Too bad we're already at the end of the conversation. Though I still want to talk about many things with you, it's just that we are limited by time. I hope to see you again next time.
Thank you very much, Arfa and Zalfa, for taking the time out of your busy schedule and sharing the information. We hope what we discussed today can be useful for us and our viewers. Now, let's close the podcast. Thank you everyone and goodbye.